What if I told you that every single game you're seeing played on the screen right now, plus, oh, I don't know, like 1,300 others is available on your Xbox? You would say, well, RGT, I mean, that's pretty cool. I do love playing some classic games and stuff like that, and 1,300 games is a lot, but I can't afford that. I'm not made of money. Well, what if I told you you don't have to buy these games individually? You can actually subscribe to a service available on Xbox right now and have access to them, plus they're always adding in more games to it. You would say, well, RGT, that's a cool sounding service, but I'm sure it's very expensive. What if I told you it's $30 for a year or $80 for a lifetime membership, link in the description box down below, which equates to about $2.50 a month? You would say, well, that's the best damn deal on the Xbox, but what is this, and is this actually a thing? Yes, it is. It's called Antstream. You might remember I talked about Antstream coming to the Xbox before it actually came to the Xbox, because I'm someone that's been using it on PC for many, many years now. This is a very established service, and while on the PC, they've been constantly adding in more games to this service. Well, now it's available on Xbox at those price points that I told you, and Antstream hit me up and was like, hey, you want to do a sponsored video? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I bought your service. I've been using it forever. Sure, why not? I'll give people a refresher on what Antstream is all about and why they should be hyped for this and why they should have this on your Xbox. Because honestly, this if you own an Xbox Series S or a Series X or whatever, get this. Like, it's so much fun. There's so much to do in there as well. So we're going to talk about it today here on the channel. All right, so here's our interface for Antstream. There's a lot of stuff to go over, so we're going to go over it pretty quickly and then, of course, hop into the games because that's all that matters at the end of the day. You can see here we have our basic interface with some challenges that you can enter into. Really fun stuff, kind of a really good sense of community where you're trying to take down like one person who's like really good at the game. You have the trending now section, a lot of familiar titles there, some more challenges, recommended games based on games that you've played, your history of games, games with challenges, new games that have been added in. They add games about once a week or so, maybe once every 2 weeks, but it seems like every time I log in, there's something new to check out, so that's cool. They've got indie games, local multiplayer games, you know, racing games, action adventure, puzzle games, fighting games, beat 'em up games, all of the genres that you would expect from a service that focuses on the retro side of things is available on here. Like I said, there's over 1,300 games. It's really like over 1,400, so like, you know, we're hearing all this stuff about video game preservation and stuff like that. Like, this is a great way to preserve these games because some of these games, like, you can't access them on anything else. There's tournaments you can enter into to get more in-game currency, which are the gems into it. We'll enter a tournament in a little bit and see how good old RGT fares. There's achievements that you can get in these games as well. It's very cool stuff. You can also search for a specific game or a specific genre. And then, of course, you have these little challenges, which are like bite-sized things. I really enjoy these. You know, they end very quickly, so you're kind of getting in, getting out, and doing the thing. But you want to see some games. You want to see what versions of these games that are running on here are. So that's what we're going to check out now. We'll go with good old Mortal Kombat, which I believe this is actually the only way to play Mortal Kombat on a home console right now, as far as the original version is concerned. You get the button layout so you know what you're doing, and then bam, you're straight into it. As you can see, this is the arcade version of the game. There are arcade versions of games. Some games are Super Nintendo, some games are PlayStation 1, a really good variety, but most of the time when there's an arcade version of a game, that's what you'll end up getting with this. And as you can see, it looks great and it's playing great. You know, it is running via the cloud. I know some people have some questions about cloud stuff, but look, if you're playing your Xbox, you're at home, so you're connected to the internet, and like, these are not huge, you know, massive Starfield-esque games. These are older games. These are more simplistic games. So like the cloud thing, you know, I'm not having any input lag. Like, I'm obviously able to pull off all my moves here. I did forget what the fatality was for Raiden. I thought it was forward down forward punch, but I don't know, I could be wrong on that, or I just suck and I couldn't pull it off. But I mean, like, I'm playing this game. It's playing exactly how it would on any device. So, you know, very cool stuff here. Like I said, you're getting so many games with this. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Didn't you just pay like $20 for this game? Like, it's $30 for this service for a year, and you would have access to this game plus leaderboards, plus challenges. And I mean, it's Zombies Ate My Neighbors, a freaking classic game, and that's what I love about this service. is whenever you think you figured out like what games they're going to add or what games you're going to find on here, you end up finding something completely different and just something completely off the rails. There's a ton of different LucasArts games on here. The Star Wars games from the Super Nintendo, some of them are on here. Indiana Jones, there's the Indiana Jones point and click adventure game that I know people absolutely love that's on here too. So it's not just arcade games, it's video games in general and preserving games in general and having access to all of these games in a very, very easy way. Like, it's just so easy to boot up your Xbox, get into a game, you know, play it for a little while and then hop out. Like, there's save states in there as well, so you can track your progress. Here's a game that I've actually never played before. I always wanted to check it out though. This is Reloaded, which is the sequel to Loaded, which was a top-down game. This one's a little bit different than Loaded was, but it's a little bit more open-ended. But Loaded is also on here as well, so they're adding in some PlayStation 1 games on here. And honestly, this is a pretty fun run and gun. I hope YouTube like doesn't get too mad at me for showing this, because you know you can't show certain violent games. I swear I'm not being petty about it. It's just annoying. It should be, you know, should be the same across the board. But Reloaded is on here. Very fun game. Let's check out a tournament here. So this is a game I've actually never played before, but it's like, okay, well, this is a shoot 'em up game. I should be pretty decent at it. And basically what we're trying to do is get the highest score possible on just one life. And like I said, I'm not familiar with this game, so I probably won't like crack the top 500. Oh, look, I've already cracked the top 500 though. See, that's how good I am. I downplay my abilities in order to, you know, make myself feel better, and then I come out here and I post a score. By the way, my score is not great in this game, but you know, this is a fun game. This is a game I've never experienced before. And with things like the challenges and stuff like that, like you get interested in checking it out. You're like, oh, what's this? You know, I've never heard of this, or I've never seen this before. And the challenges really give you some longevity to the game, because you're getting like a bite-sized portion of it, and then checking it out, seeing if it's a game you like. If you do, great. If you don't, whatever. Play something else. There's, like I said, there's over 1,300 games available on this service. So I ended up getting in the top 400. I'm not mad about that. You know, this is the first time I've ever played this game before, but it's a pretty fun game. Here's another classic game, MDK. No, not Nick Gage, but this is the PlayStation 1 version of MDK, a game that I've heard so many great things about, but I've never played. And, you know, it's fun. Like, being able to discover games that you're not familiar with is just super fun and super satisfying, especially when I'm not having to buy these games individually. Like, it's on this service, and since they're constantly adding in more stuff, I'm constantly getting fresh games in. Games that maybe I played as a kid, games that maybe I saw as a kid but never played, or games that I've never even heard of, like the last game we took a look at. So there's just so much value with this service. Like, it's absolutely crazy, and I don't understand why like more people aren't talking about this. I have so much fun checking out games that I'm not familiar with, checking out just retro games in general, and it's cheap. Like, it's dirt cheap. Here's a game, I've never even seen this game before. It's supposed to take place in New York City, but like all the voices are in Japanese. A little girl was taken away by someone unknown. Look at this guy. He's on the good stuff. And then this lady, okay. And then these guys speak in Japanese, but they're in New York. And then I'm in it. I'm in this. I'm playing this weird game from SNK that came out in 1989, but it's a fun little beat 'em up. And like, I've never even seen this game before. I'm sure I have it on like one of my myriads of devices and stuff, but I've never seen this before. And I think it's cool to be able to experience new games, because that's the beauty of retro games in general. That's the beauty of, you know, playing the classics, man, playing the stuff that you don't remember, or you do remember and you have fond memories of, but you just want to get up in it and play it. So like I said, I've got links in the description box down below if you want to get Antstream on your Xbox. Like I said, it is also available on PC, but I feel like there's not many PC people watching this channel. It's primarily console games, but that's the creation I've created on this channel. But yeah, check out the link in the description box down below. And like I said, dude, I highly recommend this service. I paid for this service myself. I got the year subscription, And like, so, you know, this isn't like a freaking thing where it's like, oh, he's just saying it because it's a sponsored video. No, I have been using this service before they have contacted me. So this is something I'm very familiar with, and it's something I really enjoy. I know MVG's on here too. I've seen him on the leaderboards and stuff like that. And maybe you can defeat the Goro challenge because, I mean, they put me as Liu Kang. Like, come on, dude. I'm not a Liu Kang player, and I'm just going to lose here. But check out the links in the description box down below. And a huge thank you to Antstream for sponsoring this video, because I probably would have done this video anyways. But I mean, hey, you know the RGT motto: secure the bag, baby. Secure the bag. If you got any questions, be sure to leave them in the description box down below. Check out the Discord for Antstream as well if you want some more information on it. They're all over the internet. Information will be in the description box. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you're new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 500,000 subs. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. I love Goro. I don't love him beating me up. Later.